Okay. Right, hello, Brian. It's just for the chronologist amongst you. Tuesday, 23rd of January, and it's the first interview of 2018. So we're still alive and kicking, and here we go with our latest interviewee, Brian Mulhearn. Brian, I'll tell you about making bagpipes and his titles and all the rest of it, about his business, and if we've got time I might just actually take a wee turn round his business at the back of the house, wherever, and also talk about other things. But I've got a kind of varied piping career, and we're going to talk about South Africa somewhere in this conversation. But in the meantime, I think we'll just go back to the beginning. As usual, Brian, when did you start playing pipes? Where did you learn, and this, that and the next thing? Kick that one off.
Right. When I was about 9, my father says to me, do you want to play the pipes? And because my father was a bit of a fan of the pipes. He never played pipes. There was no real pipers in the family, but he liked it. He was in the Cameronians during the war, and he liked the pipes. So when I said, I thought I'd go with that, because at that stage there was a guy that he knew was going to give me lessons. So he started me off just in the chanter for about 6 months, 9 months, and you know the usual story. In those days it was very much the Logan's way of learning. You learn
Whereabouts was this, Brian?
Troon, yeah.
In Troon, aye.
And he used to come to the house every week, Jim McNiven. I haven't seen him since then, to be honest with you. And then he was going away somewhere, so they decided what we were going to do with Mulhearn. They said, take him down to the air pipe band. That was the kind of nearest competing band at the time. There was 2 bands in Troon. There was the Troon pipe band, and there was also the Brassy Works band, which was a railway. There's a railway works here with the Brassy Works, so they had a band.
Were they any good?
They were kind of social band. Practice once a fortnight. And
just what we've been talking about off camera, you know.
They were a social band. They're a good bunch of lads, you know, local lads.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them used to turn up to band practice in the kilt and all, you know.
Oh, that's nice.
That was quite good.
Aye.
And we used to practice in the canteen at the railway works. And I was the weird, so I had to play underneath the menu.
Mm-hmm.
But that was all. I just went along there every week, fortnight for a blow.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, as I said, my father took me down to the air pipe band, and I was taught by Bob McCroskey, who was the pipe major at the time.
Right.
The air band at that time was a grade 2 band. They had been grade 1 and they'd been demoted to grade 2. And I mean, as a boy, you don't know anything about grades. You just learn the trade. So Bob taught me for some years, and
was he a good teacher?
Bob was a very patient wee man. The most of your viewers will maybe only know him as he was a judge, an LSPBA judge for many years.
But was he quite correct? Was a stickler for
lovely wee man.
Aye.
But to be fair, there was a lot of things I didn't get.
Aye, that's what I'm trying to get at. You know, how was he for the
technicalities?
Doublins and technical.
To be fair, he wasn't the best for that, but he was good in the music. And I'll give him his due. When I was about 14 or 15, he says, we'll need to send you up to our Archie. And Archie McCroskey had been a solo player in his day, before and after the war.
Mm-hmm.
That was his brother.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you the story. I went to Archie. Maybe this time I'm 15, I've got prizes in the junior competitions and various things.
Good.
And I wanted to go and learn the cowl gather. So he sends me up to see Archie. But this time Archie was very bad, his chest was very bad, minors. And so we get along the cowl gather.
Good tune, by the way.
Love the tune.
Aye.
There's a D throw in there, right?
Aye.
Now it's written in the music as a grip D throw.
Aye.
And I didn't even play a grip D throw. So Archie showed me what a grip D throw was.
Aye.
Right, son, come back next week. That was the lesson by.
Aye.
And the payment for the lesson was 20 caps and full thread. You can hardly draw a blade at the best of times. Anyway, 20 caps and full.
They wouldn't be £10 a packet then.
No. So at that time, and then I would go away home, and practiced my D throw. And then the next week, I had to get a bus from here, the Troon, into Ayr, got another bus out for Ayr, out to Whitlets in Ayr, and then walk to Arches. So essentially the next week, I got there, the Kilga, no, wait a minute, son, wait a minute. That D throw's no right yet. So we go through the D throw bit again, and then we finish the part there, the D throw.
Aye.
And then that'll do, son, get that D throw right. So the next week I come back again, and I got it right, you see. Aye, very good, Sam. So we finished the whole tune, and then Arch took no well. So I never got a lesson for about 6 months after that.
Jeez, oh.
And then we moved on. So that was the story of the D throw.
It's funny that, I was just talking to somebody the other day there about D throws. In fact, one of the boys I teach, and he was coming away with this heavy D throw, in the Peaver.
Yeah.
And I told him a story about Seamus McNeil, who's very, they called your pipe very strict about his heavy D throw, the grip D throws you got, And I also told him about a conversation I had with Willie McCallum quite recently, in the last year about this. So that was a Glasgow D throw sort of thing, We used to laugh at that down at Campbellton because we always played the light one, And I explained to him that Seamus McNeil was the first one that drew me up when I started Peaver. No, you don't play the heavy throw in the Peaver, you play this light throw, you see. And it was Catherine's lament I was going through with him, So the controversy about the D throw still rages even to this day, depending who's listening and this and the next thing, we never ever seem to have come to a consensus about how to play a throw in the D. Folk are playing it heavy, other folk are playing it light, and everybody takes their opposing view about what's good, what's bad, instead of just accepting it's a style,
I don't agree that it's just a style. I think there's a place for each of them.
Aye, probably. Aye. But depending on the tune as well.
Depending on the tune, then you get slow airs where you want a light one, but you want a bigger low G on it when you just before you play, similar to a Peaver.
Yeah.
D throws. I've always been a bit of a stickler for D throws. after that career, no D throws.
Aye, it's funny, isn't it? Who did you go to after that for lessons?
I didn't go to anybody after that. I stayed with the band. I was just played in the band, and I played in the band till '73. And Bob McCroskey, he was retired off, and David Clark took on.
Right.
And David Clark came in with a new Broom Sweeps Clean and all the rest of it, and he eventually took the band to good heights. I have to say, they took them up to top 5 in the world at one time. Did very well with the band. But by that time, 1973, if you'll recall what we would call it, the year of the short corn, that was the 3-day week, and I think my time was just out. My apprenticeship was just out at that time.
Power strikes.
I'd served my apprenticeship in Troon Shipyard as a turner. It was a shipyard in Troon, and we were only getting 3 days a week. And when the miners were in strike, somebody else was in strike, and then I seen this advert to go to Africa.